that's how we met. Actually, that's how we met.
Right.
DVD
Exactly.
sales, yeah.
Exactly.
Sounds like a love story.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? It is. Obviously not Eros love, but so there's that. But I think logos? That not logos, agape and phileo.
Okay.
But I think
I
that
thought he said fellatio for something.
I was waiting for
I don't
him
know
to
why
say
he
that.
said that part. I don't understand. Just articulate.
I definitely didn't articulate fellatio. You just freaky, Thomas, but we know that though.
Welcome to the TMF Podcast, where we have too many feelings. I'm your host, T. Staples, and I'm joined by
the lovely Miss Monroe in the building.
And your main man.
It's your main man, Freddie. I'm supposed to say it's your main man, Thomas. Quit stealing my stuff,
I
man.
got you again.
You a thief, man. God, I ain't never in my life been on a podcast with a thief. This is the first time.
Stole your words right out your mouth. Look, thank y'all for listening. We're bringing you all these feelings from the comfort of our homes. That's right, 100% remote. So if you feel our show us how you feel by subscribing so you can get notified when new episodes drop. And if you like what we're doing, send us a message. Our handles are in the description. We love to hear how you feel. Today's episode is about dreams and goals. And are you on track or in need of a course correction? But first, it's time for a segment I like to call the Internet Never Lost. That's right. Look, this is my attempt to navigate through the endless insanity of interconnectivity we call the internet. And I have a couple of moments I like to share today. First, I got a clip from what I believe is going to be an iconic moment in the web history or internet history. It's an interview on a show called Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. And it's Boosie Badass and Mike Tyson, a 54-year-old Mike and a 37-year-old Boosie sitting down having a father and son conversation. It went a little something like this.
Like, I didn't like myself for a long time because I did a lot of shit to people. That's just who I am. I'm an abused kid that abused people. Yeah. So that's what I wanted. I always wanted to die. I always wanted to kill myself, but I couldn't kill myself, so now I got to deal with who I am. So I got to change myself. I got to find out who I am. I got to look into myself and find out who I am. It's not over, nigga, right? I just want you to know it's not over. You know? Boosie, it's not over. You got a lot of life worth living. You know, you gotta go to the situation. You gotta accept yourself. You gotta forgive yourself.
Man, that really touched me because I remember in my life of just trying to figure things out, always having people like that Mike father figure that he just did for Boosie. So I wanted to play that clip, to go along with what we're talking about. And there was another gentleman in the room, and he kind of asked him about some jewelry he was wearing.
What does that mean? What does your jewelry and your teeth mean to you?
It's a trophy. I accomplished something. I ain't had nothing.
I love you for saying that. A lot of people don't like to say that.
It's a trophy.
And speaking of trophies, and getting the roses, getting the trophies and representation for things you've done and accomplished. There's another clip that comes to us from the recently passed BET Awards that just happened, the Hip Hop Awards, that is, for 2020, where an artist that we all probably have heard of got that trophy.
The winner is for Lyricist of the Year. I'm sorry. 2020?
That's crazy.
Rapsody.
I want to BET Award.
And hold up, wait a minute. Here, this is for you.
I came here to do a cipher.
But if you still want to rap, you can. You know what I'm saying?
Two times. That's mine. Yo.
This your first one?
This is my first award for anything. For anything, bro. I ain't gonna cry cause I'm tough.
Cry, please.
But I'm gonna tell you.
It'll help the ratings.
I'm happy that it's from BET.
That's right.
Cause it means something that is from a black network.
Yeah.
And it's for Lyricist of the Year. Cause the women don't always get represented for that. Right. So I'm grateful. I'm happy that y'all gave it to me cause this is family.
That's right.
Yo, this is crazy. Mama, I got one for you.
So in the spirit of the Internet Never Lost clips, who helped motivate and guide you through your journey? And what is one first rose you're looking forward to? Send us a message. Our handles are in the description below, and let us know how you feel. This has been yours truly, T Staples, in this week's edition of the Internet Never Lost. Catch you next time. And listen.
Man, your laugh gets me every single time.
Every single time. So what do y'all think about those clips, man? Miss Monroe, Freddie B. I mean, what's one first rose you have you're looking forward to?
Man, hold on. I need to say this, man. Rhapsody, I don't like Rhapsody won that. I don't like that she won it. And what I mean by that is Rhapsody should have been one for that's a travesty. That's her first award ever. She should have been one award. Yeah. She should have been one for Lyricist of the Year. And I don't like that she won it because, you know, now she in tight with Rock Nation. I think it really just sends the message that, you know, you gotta like, you know, it's like you gotta sell out. You gotta have a big machine behind you to accomplish something. Like she been killing it. So that's why I don't like that she won that award. So I need to say that. I need to get, you know, we got too many feelings. That's the feeling I got right now.
That's honest.
Miss Monroe, you can go ahead.
All right, Miss Monroe, what you got?
Actually, mine was about Rhapsody too, but it wasn't from that angle. It was just, you know, like what she was saying as far as like women not getting recognition, because that's my fight right now. You know, like there's certain, I'm creative, you know what I'm saying? And there's a certain way I want to take this path into my creativity and, you know, just be who I feel like God created me to be. But there's people always trying to force me into this direction of, well, why don't you show more skin? And why don't you say this? Why don't you do this? And it's like, but why? That's not even me. You know what I'm saying? Like people could look at all the stuff I've already created and still, you know, have known me for years and give me those suggestions and try to push me over to that point, to that section. And it's like, well, no, like, why can't I just make this path and, you know what I'm saying, stay on this path and go this way? So it's nice to see a woman. And I said there's nothing wrong with women who choose that, like if that's what you want to do. But the fact that it's like, well, you're not going to succeed if you don't. That's my issue with it. And to see her succeed and she stayed true to who she wants to be and how she wants to portray herself, that's, you know, I love that moment for her. Yeah,
I think it was awesome. She got her first rose, and she was happy the way she received it. You know, and I think it's time they finally gave her some recognition because she's been grinding, she's been spitting. So you know, it's good to see that. It's good to see that.
Like, did she really get a rose though? That's my thing. Like, did she really get a rose?
No, it's a rose for her. It's a rose for her. That's what she said. That's her first award.
Right?
She hadn't gotten an award for. She said she said I haven't gotten an award for anything.
Right.
So you gotta let her feel that. You gotta let her have that feeling, you know.
Right, and I'm happy that she able to have that feeling. But you know, me, I'm always looking at things in micro and macro sense. You know what I mean? For the micro sense, that's that. But in the macro sense, is she winning an award just off, you know, what is supposed to be her artistry, what she's giving, or is she winning an award because she know the right people? You know what I mean? If she win an award because she know the right people, then it's pretty much a participation trophy, just to keep it a buck. Like, you know, me, I'm always gonna be the voice of reason and keep it a buck. So, you know, like I said, I mean, if anybody disagree with me, you can definitely feel free, as Thomas says, our handles are in the description. Feel free to leave us a comment.
We want the smoke, as Freddie B says. Well, look, let's get right into our topic of the day. First of all, I want to introduce my friend, you know, my brother from another mother, all the way down. I don't even know how many schools. We went to a bunch of schools together, probably like at least 4 or 5 schools together. But, you know, for way back in the day, the brother, Will Davenport.
Yeah.
Will, you there?
I'm there. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, there he is right there.
Yeah.
He's out there. So, Will, today we're talking about, you know, dreams and goals. And what we really want to know is, you know, are we on track or need a course correction? And so before I get into that question answer, let's move right into talking about, well, who you are and what you do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm William Davenport. I'm from I guess you could say Atlanta. I guess that's a little better than Lithonia, Georgia, huh?
Yeah, no. Say where you're from. Say where you're from. You're not from Atlanta, Will.
Well, no, I'm from Decatur. I'm from Decatur.
That's great. You're from Decatur.
Yeah, I'm from Decatur. Yeah. And I moved to Lithonia. So yeah, that's where I'm from. I do music. I've been doing it for a long time. Just like Thomas said, I've been singing and doing talent shows. And when I got to TSU, I grabbed a guitar and learned how to play in the courtyard. And I've been grinding, man. Just been grinding. Had a few opportunities. Hadn't quite got on the radio like I wanted to. And haven't had the accolades or the trophies like y'all were just talking about. that I've wanted to have, and with that, it does impair my course. It does impair what I look at and see in myself. A lot of times when I look in the mirror, just by knowing who you are and knowing what you have to offer, but not getting that recognition sometimes. So it does slow you down. So to what you were saying, what you're not really seeing it as a trophy a little while ago, I think when it comes to accolades and it comes to trophies, it's not for a person that's seeing you receive it to dictate what it means to you, So
I think that's a shot at me, Will.
Man, it wasn't a shot.
I feel attacked.
It wasn't a shot.
I feel attacked.
I said, just like Thomas said, and I'm not just backing him because I know him,
right.
But a trophy is a trophy, man, and a rose is a rose to a person that feels it is.
So you got a lot of participation trophies at your crib right now. You play baseball. That's what you're saying. Well, it's not like
no, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying accolades and trophies in general are just that.
Do you have any roses that you are looking forward to in your future?
I definitely do. I think the true course correction, what I actually was going to talk about is actually not doing it for the trophies.
Amen.
And I think that's even more important. And that's what's kind of kept me going for the time I have gone. You got to get to the point. You got to get to the point.
So you said you don't do it for the trophies. What do you do it for?
I think I had to get to a point when things didn't happen at the time scale that I wanted it to happen. I had to realize that if I make this song or if I do this show and nobody comes or nobody listens to my record, do I still want to do it? And if the answer is yes, I think you're in a great place. I think you have to chase your passion and chase your dream more so than the accolades, and they just will come when they come.
They will come when they come. His name is William Davenport. People, you hear him right there. They will come when he wills them to himself. So look, well, let me back up a little bit because we jumped right in and got right on the topic, and let me just get a little bit about yourself. So you are in the R&B. Would you consider the kind of music you do R&B, neo soul? What area would you is there a box, I guess, or is there a container by which your stuff fits in?
I don't want a box, but I think I most identify with kind of the soul R&B realm. Yeah.
And what got you started? Like, when did you start singing? Like, was it a church thing? Were you a kid? Mama said, "Sing, boy." What was it?
I actually was in the choir growing up, and I barely would sing. My people and everybody didn't really know I could sing until around 15, 16. I'd say, like really, really could go. And that actually happened because my sisters were in an artist development after school curriculum thing, and I had to go. And there was this dude trying to sing "You Are Not Alone" by Michael Jackson, and he just kept getting the wrong note. He was like, "You are not alone." I was like, "Bruh," and so I walked over. I wasn't.
You are not alone.
Right, voice was hurting. So I walked over, because I wasn't even a part of it, because it wasn't cool to be out here just trying to sing and do all these things. So I walked over and corrected him, and the director was like,
"Wait, when you say you corrected him, what did you do?"
I gave him the right note.
How though? How did that go?
How did you do that?
Yeah.
With confidence.
Can you paint the picture for us? Can you take us to this day in question?
I don't know. It was a long time ago, man.
Long time ago.
Oh, you forgot the note is what you said.
Yeah. I had it then. But I corrected them, and once I did, they heard and they were like, "Oh, okay, you got potential." And I ended up getting with a boy band, and
I need details on that.
Oh, I know. It was awful. We had steps and everything.
Ooh.
And yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So y'all had steps. Y'all were like a for real boy band.
Man, we were trying.
6 heartbeats.
Man,
6 heartbeats.
It was three of us. We had more.
Man.
Yeah.
That's
we had more that next vibe.
Oh, 3 heartbeats. That's a little closer to death. Then,
Ooh, you're dancing real close.
Yeah,
was real slow.
Are any people from the band still singing or still working?
They not, man. They're not. They were a lot older than I was. Yeah, they were a lot older. I was around like I said, around 14 to 15, and they were like 22, 23. So
dang, that seemed like some illegalities or something. Like, what? Yeah, did y'all have groupies?
No, that's the Jackson 5 right there, ain't it?
About to say yes, Jackson 5, yeah.
Yeah, so no, it was cool. And we started doing little things, and our little manager had some connections, so we started demoing songs for B2K and trying to pitch songs and all this other kind of stuff. And
wow.
Yeah. Dope. So that was all going on in high school. Yeah.
All right. So look. So Will. Let's just dive in. So you've been doing how long you been doing music?
Man, I'd say nothing short of 20 years, man.
So almost 2 decades. What has been your highest point?
I think one of the best moments was I was opening for Charlie Wilson out in Oakland. And man, it's just like the energy. The show sold out. Everybody was there. That was a high moment. But just being on stage and opening for Charlie Wilson just felt great. And to have, 10, 11,000 people rocking with you at the same time. Oh man, it's great.
So with that being said, that's your pinnacle. When was this time?
I would say this probably was like 7 or 8 years ago.
7, 8 years ago. What keeps you going now? Do you get discouraged?
Oh heck yeah. I think what slowed me down off my path was the discouraging moments. And then I kind of kept going with it, but I fell into like the trap of doing covers around town, or I fell into the trap of just kind of making money doing weddings.
Why are those traps?
I think because I was only doing it just to get paid. I wasn't trying to reach anybody. I wasn't trying to say something.
That's good.
I was making money and making ends meet.
So what kind of advice do you give to other artists who are struggling with that? Because, bills got to get paid.
I would say, I think the way that I kind of handled it was I figured if I was going to live in a city and I was going to live in a town, I felt like that was going to be my practicing area. I felt like me living in a city, I'm not going to try to be William Davenport, the artist, in my home city, because that's kind of just like, I'm home, like you wouldn't with your family, so I'm here, I'm getting better, and I'm going to play consistently in my city. So in playing consistently in my city, I was able to generate income, and I also just broke down and said, hey, I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna have a full-time job. I'm gonna work, and I'm still gonna get off work, and I'm gonna give full-time hours to my music as well, because I want full-time results. So
I got a question. So you just said something that was pretty important. It was very interesting. You said you broke down and got a job.
Nah, it's not probably as deep as the word might make it to be. It was more so my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. My daughter's mom was pregnant, and I was like, hey, I got to make sure that I'm able to provide and do the things that I need to do. But I still got this dream, so when I get off work, I'm gonna still give full-time effort to my dream.
Did your approach change now that you're a father?
It put me in this place where I felt like I had a responsibility for someone. So I wanted to make sure that I was in a place that I could provide. That's the mindset that kind of got to me, where I can't be out here just doing free shows no more. I can't be out here just going from city to city doing open mics. Right. It's a urgency to make sure that I'm more intentional in what I'm doing.
So, Will, I got a question for you. You mentioned just a second ago about doing free shows. At what point do you have to, say, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like I have to get paid. Like I can't keep allowing myself to be used. Like what opportunities do you think are worth it or not? Like how would you judge that situation?
I think the biggest thing is just trying it, knowing your worth, just saying, hey, this is what it costs for me to come sing at your wedding. The worst they can say is no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm all about getting that paper, baby. You know me. I'm about getting that paper.
I will echo that. Knowing your worth is hard. Yeah. It's difficult. I know myself, being a host and people wanting to hire me to host different things, and there's certain things that I haven't done because of just really sticking to my guns on knowing my worth. It's like once I start taking it's almost like a energy. You take yourself kind of serious, and people will take you serious. Like, oh, okay, but it may hurt you because you're like, dang, I want to get that little money. I want to host that. I want to feel important.
Hey, but you know what?
Like,
real quick. First off, don't tell nobody I'm trying to sing. Like, don't say that. first off, don't say we'll be trying to sing, man. That's what you do. Hey, but another thing that I realized is when it comes to like your house, your mama ain't gonna pay you to do nothing around the house. You know, so for a lot of times, and for a long time, you know, you can. I sat around the house of Nashville and was like, pay me. But they watched me when I was like plucking at strings, man. It's hard to ask somebody that endured your practice to pay you. But when they see that other people are like, oh man, this guy's great, then they start to pay you. Right. It's a weird process. It's a very weird thing, but you gotta leave the nest.
Well, do you feel like your self-worth, like your self-worth and your self-esteem need constant reevaluation because of something like, you know, checking yourself on getting paid or making sure that, you know, you can get on stage and you feel like I can do this? Like, do you ever have to check yourself, your self-worth and your self-esteem?
When you get better and better at it, and it's like it almost becomes second nature to you, you start to charge people for the knowledge. You know, and so if you can start to add your knowledge worth into that, like I already know the whole show. I got this. I'm adding another $100 to this. You know, it's a new year. The price of my apartment is getting higher. I need to raise my price. And sometimes on things that you really don't want to do, you just got to throw out a crazy number. You know, throw out a crazy. If it's something you really don't want to do, throw out a crazy number, and then you will really see what you're worth.
But I tell you, Miss Monroe, he just said he took it out my mouth. I say it all the time. I was like,
he took it out your mouth. Okay.
Say something ridiculous.
Pause.
See what
but look, what I did.
I don't know.
Oh man. So, but no, Will, that's crazy. You said that when you negotiate, the rule of thumb is say the highest figure you can say without laughing.
Yeah,
that's what you start with and go from there. I learned. I wish I knew that before I did some of my gigs. I'm like, I know I could have got paid more money because some gigs I've done, I slide in the price. They say, okay, that's great. So, and they move right on. Like, hold on, wait, that was too easy.
I've said some prices and they were like, for the whole band? I was like,
well, no, that was just my price. That was just my price.
Right. But it's too late then, you know.
That's just my price. Right. Do you feel like then you are on track and headed where you need to go?
Man, I think that's a difficult question, man. I don't really know. I think it's just because music is so fickle. You don't. It's no set recipe for getting where you're supposed to get. When it comes to music, it's just timing. You know, right time, right venue, right place. You know, venue and place, that's the same thing. But
right.
Thanks, Fred.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
yeah, you know. But you did. But not the
side dudes.
Yeah. But no, it's timing. So I think the right track that I'm getting back on is just staying consistent. And that's the track that I feel like I would say for any musician. It's timing, and you just got to be consistent. You can't be trying to get ready when the opportunity comes. Successful people do consistently what ordinary people do occasionally, you know, and it's taken me all this time to go make my what Kanye said, he was in the basement making how many beats?
5 beats a day for 3 summers?
Yeah, for 3 summers. You know how many beats that is?
Right.
So insane.
You know, yeah. But I had never reached that point. So what was I looking like complaining? And I just realized that, man. I'm just now realizing that I was trying my best to get by on talent, connections, or whatever else, but I wasn't putting that grind or that effort in. I was like I said, trying to push a couple songs.
You ever have any shoulda, coulda, wouldas? You ever have any regrets? Like, dang, I wish I could have had this knowledge 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
I mean, yeah, I think anybody that's being honest with themselves will be like, man, dang, I should have done that a long time ago. You know, I think anybody thinks that but I can't spend too much time dwelling on it. I'm like, hey, it's time to get to it. Let's get to it now.
I want to ask this question, kind of going back to the subject about your daughter. So I know, like, having your daughter, you know, that's a major priority, right? So how do you balance these priorities? Like, what does all that look like, and how do you handle it?
I think just sacrifice. Yourself enough. I don't have an answer, Freddie. I don't.
No, I know.
Wait. I mean, let's not even try to just skate around this thing. It's no answer. It's you make time for what's important. I mean, right. you know, if I gotta go and play in Chicago and drive back to be at a birthday party, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just do it. I mean, it's you just do it. I mean, my daughter, she doesn't stay with me, so I do have a little more freedom because I have more of a set schedule of when I'm able to spend time with her, and so and my daughter's mom is amazing, so she's never tried to hinder me from doing anything or going anywhere. That's
good.
Yeah.
That's good. I heard some horror stories about child support and child custody and
no. I have no complaints. But I think one thing that I would suggest to anybody is once y'all have that responsibility, if it's just for y'all to be taking care of that responsibility, don't try to mix in.
It's like when you drink Kool-Aid, you know what it tastes like. You know, you want some more, but you don't need no more. It ain't good for you.
Well, you know.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump in here with a question and get off that subject.
Please mix it up.
Well,
mix it up. The Kool-Aid. I like that. I like that piggyback. Okay.
Well, I was gonna ask Will, what is out of all your songs, like, what would you say is your favorite song?
Oh, I got a song called Again. It's one of the newer ones that I've done. I like that song. It's got a pretty cool little vibe.
Oh, is that the one that be like again and again and again?
No.
Again. I hope it ain't like that.
Hey,
I'm trying to sing without laughing.
Can you step in and correct his notes like you did when he was step in and correct his notes?
I don't know if I can help Freddie, man.
Yikes! Yeah, that's true. Selfish.
Man, I'm about to go platinum. Watch.
Hey, but guess what though?
Hey, you would though. That'd be a fun part.
It would. Yeah. Freddie B again. Called a comedy special.
I hate it.
So Will, what are you working on next? Then where can we find it?
Oh, I'm looking. I was looking to try to have everything released. Actually, at the beginning of October, I was looking to try to push everything out, man. But with the quarantine, I was having such a hard time.
But you got an a full album or
no? It's an EP. It's gonna be EP. It's gonna be 6 songs. But I pushed it back to the 1st January. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna put it on everything. You know, all music platforms, you'll be able to catch it. So definitely, if y'all will let me, I'll put, once I have the links and everything, if I can get it back to y'all, so y'all can put it up.
Oh, definitely. And actually, I was going to ask you, can we? Is it a song that you want us to play for the audience? Is it any particular song
that you own the rights to?
He owned the rights to all his music. So we should get Will back on, because one thing I do know about Will is he's owner of all his masters, and he he can. I would love for him to come back on and talk about that process and how he's navigated the industry someday. So I think a lot of new artists need to hear that, especially coming from an artist like yourself who isn't, you haven't blown up to being going off and it's like, oh, well, he got the money, so that's how he got his masters. No, like, you set it up from the jump. So I would love to have you back on and talk about that. But so it's the EP. So what song do you want the people to hear?
I talked about it again.
Always?
No, I talked about it again. Yeah.
Again?
Come on now, Freddie B.
Okay.
You even sang it, man.
Well, listen.
The remix, the Freddie B remix.
Yeah, Fred was singing it. Well, here is Will Davenport and his single, Again. Take a listen.
This morning time, I'm thinking about what we did last night. You're still asleep, fast asleep from what we did last night. Your fingertips fulfill my lips. I want more of you. You're waking up, I'll make breakfast. 'Cause what we did last night. appetites at an all-time high. What we did last night, you make me think you're part psych. I want more of you. I was thinking we should do it again. Let me do it again. Do you have magic, girl? That magic, no one has it like you do. I'm telling you. And what is magic? Who has magic? No one has it but you do. And I always will want you till the day I die, baby. We should do it again and again.
But look, Will, man, I appreciate you, man. You have been a blessing, brother. You came on, you know, and you did your thing. I appreciate you, you know, just talking with us about what you got going on in life and your dreams and your goals and how you've navigated.
Man, yeah,
navigated them.
It was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, man. Yes. So before we go, I wanted to get some things from Miss Monroe and Freddie B real quick. So Freddie B, Miss Monroe, you know, dreams, goals, and your path. You know, are you on track to meet your dreams and goals? We just talked to, I guess, you know, Will Davenport, and got some good interview from him. He dove deep in for us and gave some good information. So are y'all on track with your dreams and your goals, or are you in need of a course correction? You know, I'll let Miss Monroe go first.
I think for me, it's I made a huge transition probably about 2015, 2016. I grew up playing music, performing, things like that. And I decided to switch from trying to do music to trying to do TV and film. So this has been a constant course correction because it's almost like starting over at high school to a degree and figuring out exactly what my area is and how I want to go about it. So for me, what I've had to come to the conclusion of is that it's not only do I want to do, you know, TV, film, things like that, that my ultimate goal is just to be able to spend my time how I want to. Just being creative and not being pressured, like as Will was saying earlier, feeling the need to be pressured to do a certain thing or, you know, perform this or, you know, kind of conform. So I'm in constant course correction. Even recently, what I realized, you know, that fear of missing out, I've unfortunately decided to be a part of projects that I realized, you know what, like, I really don't think this is for me. And then having to constantly, like, you know, back away from those things, which is hard to do because like there's that pressure to like commit to something, but sometimes you just got to know when to walk away. So I feel like I'm in constant course correction as I discover that, because what we're generally pushed towards is just to like be gung-ho about aiming towards what we're told is success. And then, you know, as I'm getting older, having to define that for myself and being like, oh shit, okay, so I've been kind of doing this wrong. I was doing it this way because I was told that this is how I was supposed to do it because I'm supposed to have this amount of money and I'm supposed to have this type of lifestyle. But you know what, all of that shit that people telling me that's gonna make me happy is actually making me miserable. Let me go about this a different way. So I'm in constant course correction every day. So I hope that I'm on that path, but I think it's a daily walk. You know, it's just from day to day, like, you know, what God is revealing to me next and how to go about just being who I feel like he created me to be and being true to myself.
That's good. That's good. Freddie B.
With me, I definitely feel like I'm on the correct path. I think that there's so much more for me to do, and I honestly don't know if I'll ever be at the place to where it's like, okay, I'm content. Even when I did Freddie B TV, when I first started this whole journey doing my show in college, when I would edit it and I would get done, I would see so many mistakes, so many errors in it. I was like, man, this is not the way I want it to be. And even though I'm editing, I'm controlling the whole creative process, I could see it in my mind, but I couldn't quite execute it in reality. But then I would show it to campus and people would love it. I ended up selling DVDs and selling copies and
yeah, that's how we met, actually. That's how we met.
Right,
DVD
exactly.
sales, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, sounds like a love story.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? It is. You know what I mean? I definitely don't think there's nothing wrong with loving your guys. You know, loving people. Obviously not Eros love, but so there's that. Mm-hmm. But I think that not logos. Agape and phileo.
Okay.
But I think
I thought he said fellatio for some. I don't know why he said that part. I don't understand.
Phileo love. So you can look. People who know what I'm talking about, look it up. There's different types of
no. Yeah, I'm glad you know that. I just articulate.
Yeah, I definitely didn't articulate fellatio. You just freaky, Thomas. But we know that though. Of course, I would have liked to accomplish more stuff than I have now, but then on the flip side, I look at so many life wisdom lessons that I've learned. Even in just the past 2-3 years, I've learned so much and grown so much as a man. So would I have learned those things had I been quote unquote on and really popping and signing contracts and so on and so forth? The likelihood is maybe no. You know what I mean? Or would I have been able to learn that things and handle the rigors of being successful, quote unquote, and possibly because what I'm doing, I'm going down the road of being famous, even though that's not something I really aspire to be. It's just so happened what I enjoy doing. Fame comes with it.
That's real good, Freddie B. That's real good. I kind of am a blend of both of you guys, and with my whole life and career and things I've been going, I feel like I have defined goals along the way, but I've come to change that over time, and I've come to set my goals to be a little bit more open-ended and have more defined benchmarks, so that along the way I could hit these different levels of benchmarks, coming to New York, getting my financial situation together, benchmarks on the way with the end goal, that's open-ended. So if I get too close to hitting it, I can now reset it to make it bigger, because I realized maybe it wasn't big enough, even though I thought it was big when I made it, and so that's kind of been my journey. And that I'm not necessarily course correcting, but there are things along my course that do try to pull my focus. And that's the thing that I've struggled with. That I've always tried to make sure that I'm not giving focus to things that are not on my path to where those benchmarks and those goals lie. But listen, guys, this has been you can tell we have way too many feelings about dreams, goals,
way,
and the direction we're going and the course corrections we're taking. Listen, send us a message if you want to tell us your dreams and goals and whether you're on path, or tell us a little story about how you've course corrected. Our handles are in the description below, and let us know how you feel. This has been a good one, you guys. I've been here with
the lovely Miss Monroe
and
it's your main man's Freddie B, and I'm so glad Thomas didn't say your main man is still my part this time.
All right, I won't steal it twice. And I'm yours truly, T Staples. And make sure you catch us next time when we have too many feelings. Peace.